tea time on true crime. Mugs up, pull that seat right out. You need to tune in, lean in close. We're about to sort this out. So much ish to puzzle through. Whispers, rumors, tangled doubt. Come with me, we'll walk it back till every truth steps out. Crimes and lies and alibis. Spill the story, sip that hit. Come have tea with me tonight. We'll find the cracks in every print. Crimes and lies and alibis. Pour it slow, let's chase that sin. Come have tea with me, alright. You get a hint, you get a hint, oh yeah. You get a hint. Scribbled on a napkin, name circling like steam, motive hiding in the margins, right between the scenes. Every side has got a secret, every secret leaves a trace. Stay a while, we'll piece it together, case by case by case. Crimes and lies and alibis. Spill the story, sip that hit. Come have tea with me tonight. We'll find the cracks in every print. Crimes and lies and alibis. Pour slow, let's chase that scent. Come have tea with me, alright. You get a hint, you get a hint.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is July the 13th. Hopefully my internet cooperates. I'm in my new apartment with new Purple Cow internet, and it's my first stream in the new apartment. So welcome in, everyone. I hope you poured yourself a drink and had a bit of nicotine before this live because it's going to be spicy. I sat in the bleachers for a while. I've kept silent, and it has gotten me absolutely nowhere. So might as well just burn it all down, hadn't I? I'm pretty sick of all the BS that's going on. Monsters of Sabotage, Monsters of Chaos, Anita, Darren, Mike DeMann, A Balance, Scott Priestap. Thanks for name dropping me today. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So let me say hi to everyone, and then I'll let you know what I'm going to talk about today because, well, there's a lot to talk about. All right. Drone grid. You're right. It is going to be fire. Thank you for your support. I'm going to put your channel in the chat shortly. There's a couple of channels I want to recommend that have been doing some pretty awesome work behind the scenes. The Drone Grid being one of them, Just the Facts Ma'am, and Deafening Silence. Check them out. I'll put the link in the chat. If not, one of my wonderful mods will. So, Nurse. The insanity does need to stop. I've tried to not feed into it very much, but it doesn't really seem to matter what I say or do. It comes to find me. And we're going to talk about it today. It baffles me how a lot of these people say this is about Jack and Lilly and then create an entire channel to call me everything that you could possibly imagine. And I'm not going to sit here and play the victim because I don't actually care. But they've already said everything they can about me. I've been called a horse, a donkey, a bitch, a horse face bitch. I've been called a drug addict, pill popper, alcoholic, threats to call CPS, FAS, whatever the hell that is from Patriot Girl. Don't worry, I'll show that 15 seconds that everybody's so up in arms about. And what else have I been called? All of the things. All of the things. I have entire channels created just to talk shit about me. So it really doesn't matter what I say or do. They're going to come after me anyway. So sometimes you just have to stoop down to their level and give back what you're given. So we'll start with Fender Girl. Hey, Shy, good to see you. Fender Girl. Girl, can't you see you're one of the biggest causes of the drama? Damien, you're included in that. You both need to grow up. Go ahead and delete this. We all know you don't like hearing criticism. Oh, I think I'm probably one of the most criticized YouTubers out there. So I hear a lot of it. But go ahead, Fender Girl. Carry on. Colonel Mustard, hope you plan on addressing a lot of others creating the most chaos, like AB and Mike Deman. Mike Dumbman. Mm-hmm. Anita. Yeah. That is the epitome of a tragedy pimp. The epitome. Monsters of Sabotage in the house. One of the biggest bullshit channels there is out there. They have spread so much misinformation in the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. It never ceases to amaze me what they come out with. So today they featured Chrissy Travers while she was with an organization as a private investigator where she had an obligation to, I don't know, let's say keep confidentiality. So her integrity level is pretty low. And it was mentioned on that channel that, you know, she would have offered me an understudy as a PI for her. I would rather eat shit than be an understudy for Chrissy Travers. She didn't even know that there was boot prints found on the pipeline. And we won't even talk about all the misinformation that her channel has put out. Starting with today, where they finished off that interview with Cheryl that was done on behalf of an organization that she no longer works for. Sounds like she is a woman scorned. Where she says that Cheryl and Shelby and her friends were fishing at Gairloch Lake, rather. So the only person that I know that was going fishing at Gairloch Lake was Brandon Lemieux. Cheryl, I'm sure she's in the chat, can let you know where she was fishing. It was in Brookfield, nowhere near Gairloch Lake. No one's ever said she was fishing at Gairloch Lake except for Monsters of Sabotage. So that just feeds into making Brandon Lemieux's statements more credible about seeing whomever he saw, because whoever he sees seems to change moment by moment, including the color of their skin and what was seen and what was found. And anyway, yeah, so interesting that all the people I have insulted and pissed off are rebelling against me, and now somehow you think I'm above it all and going to expose it. Laugh my ass off, Shan. You need to check yourself. Oh, I checked myself. I checked myself. I think you need to check yourself because your channel has put out nothing but lies about everyone. Literal rumors is what you put out. Oh, drama queen. Tambourine, good to see you. Mr. Hemi, it's been a minute. It sure has. Hope you're doing well. Hope the internet's back on in Ontario. JJ57, good to see you. Patricia Greer, what's going on? I'm glad you missed me. I've missed you all as well. But unlike what people think, I do have a job. And I've been busy watching what's unfolding. And it's pretty disgusting and people should be ashamed of themselves, but that's a them problem. Paris of the Prairie, good to see you. Drone Grid became a new member. Thank you. I did give out 10 memberships, so I hope that you all enjoy that because my next members live will be very interesting. I don't need to extort anyone. I'm just going to play it all. Just going to let it all hang out for you. Nay. Artemisia Sage. Awesome. I saw your comment on Hidden in the Fog's absolute bullshit video about how it was not appropriate for Malaya to use the Every Child Matters banner. So it's not appropriate for a Indigenous woman to use a banner that involves Every Child Matters in her missing children who are also part Indigenous, and the Every Child Matters encompasses murdered, missing Indigenous women, children, girls, and two-spirited individuals. Perhaps you need to upgrade your knowledge on the subject, Susan, and so do your viewers. Stella, good to see you. Camilla, good to see you. Misty Mountains, thank you for being here as always. Janice Potty, thank you to Janice Potty for organizing much of the Canada Day parade. I'll bring up some more pictures because people were all up in arms about that, because if Malaya advocates for her children, it's a problem. If she doesn't advocate for her children, it's a problem. Again, damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. Some people are just plain unpleasable. But thank you to Pictou County, who showed her an immense amount of support. And was really strange that Kent Corbett and Darren had their own float and didn't consult any of the family members or speak to any of the family members during the parade. They had a Jack and Lilly sign up, but didn't bother speaking to any of Jack and Lily's family. Interesting. Liz Nova Scotia Strong, good to see you. Ariel Sasha, good to see you. Just Janie, good to see you. Cheryl. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to say that I've also been called a lesbian. So, come at me, whatever. There's really nothing else that anybody can say about me that they haven't already said. So, all right. Thank you, Misty Mountains, for gifting 5 memberships. Yeah. Yeah. Rena Gale, good to see you. And Mr. Emmy given the side eye. Chris, you're welcome. Hello to all the lurkers, because I know there's about 100 of you lurking in the background. I'm kind of getting close to the bottom here. Sue Oilers, Colonel Mustard. Yeah, sure, if you want to hype after the show, that'd be great. Share Cares, No Banana, 007, Star Child, good to see you. Callie OG, you're a good woman. All right, I think I'm getting close here. Paris of the Prairie. Support organ donation, definitely. Mr. Corbett, how are we today? Been really enjoying your comments on Monsters of Chaos and Monsters of Sabotage. You might be familiar with what I'm about to do today, which is burn it all the fuck down. Sherry Lee Thomas, good to see you. Barb, good to see you. Sheila, hello. All right. Okay. You wish you could have a drink? Kelly, nay. Nay, indeed. Mama Bear. First time watcher from TikTok. Thank you, Amanda. Good to see you. Yes, I know who you are, Artemisia. John R. Hello. Welcome in. Lori, hey, how's it going? Janet, hello. Fin Fin, good to see you. Bruce Flea. Love it. Mike Demand, that's right. Never heard of Fender Girl, neither have I. Oh, hey Brandon, how's it going? You want to hear what I'm going to say about you? Good. Listen up. I'm criticized because of my garbage behavior, right? So it's not appropriate for me to get upset that there's an entire channel called Monsters of Chaos run by Wolfie and Melissa and co, whose an almost entire catalog of videos out of, I think they have 56 videos, 50 of them are about me and calling me names. So my garbage behavior, right? And my garbage behavior was aiding Ron Mexico with his channel. No, that was Melissa from American Justice, actually. And she has a file on her desktop with all the screenshots about me to help him with his channel. But my garbage behavior. So I'm one of the only creators in Nova Scotia who's actually attended court, met the people, spoke to the people, been out searching, and I'm the garbage. Sweet. Thank you for your opinion. Right. Thank you, Sherry. Poetic Justice, long time no see. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. Yes. So to Monsters of Sabotage, who are trying to align Brandon Lemieux's story of him appearing on Lansdowne and seeing everyone and their dog doing whatever he thinks they were doing. Monsters of Sabotage is now placing Cheryl and Shelby and their friend at Gairloch Lake. Cheryl, who will say, never even knew about Gairloch Lake until the children went missing. But you know what did happen at Gairloch Lake when we went searching? There was an individual there who saw a certain someone just a few days before on that lake, completely shit-faced. Ciao, Bella, ¿cómo estoy? Muy bien. Thank you, Stella. Something tells me you're not a real Glasgow, though. Yeah. Thank you, Poetic Justice. Daniel, hello. Yeah. Do people not ice fish? What the heck? Yeah, really. Yeah. It was a wonderful parade. And I'm really proud of Malaya, who marched through the streets of Westville in front of 8,000 to 10,000 people advocating for her children. But that wasn't enough for some people. They had to pick out that a banner with "Every Child Matters" was used. Y'all are disgusting. Sammy Miami, thank you for being my troll shy. Yeah, Durwood and Kent had their own float with Jack and Lily's picture on it, but didn't even speak to the family. Bruce Flea, nice listening to you. Take care from the UK, bedtime here. Night night. No, I'm not allowed to have my opinion, and I'm not allowed to advocate for myself, and I'm not allowed to defend myself because that makes me a garbage human. But it's okay for Charmaine to have Wolfie, aka Rob Haynes, aka no, what the hell is this stupid thing? No receipts, no problem, no mercy. Well, I have no more mercy left because you spoke about my children on her live. You want to say my children were at an ATV ride? Maybe it's because you have a bit of an issue with children. Just my opinion and speculation only, that you think that adult women look like children. Talk about my girls again. I'll make sure they dig a little deeper into that investigation they did into you, Wolfie. And you can put all your receipts online. But you know what? Polygraphs are not admissible in court. And you're such a narcissist, psychopath that you probably believe your own lies, which I believe because I have screen recordings of you losing your shit on me multiple times and then gaslighting me about it. So, yeah, yeah. Shall we talk about? Oh, you weren't at the Westville parades, weren't you? Weren't you in there with Durwood? I'll retract if I was wrong. Why are you here, Ken? You don't even like me, like my channel, and you're best friends with Durwood. Are you here scouting for Monsters of Sabotage? Go back to Corbettville. Shout out to his dad for his birthday. Oh, shit. Did you think I was born last night? Yeah. How about you shout out to your own father? Maybe you have daddy issues, I'm going to guess. Ah, it's a really odd obsession they have. It is. It is. So he was allowed to say, no wonder my husband left me. First of all, I was not married to the father of my 3 children that I was with for 24 years. Secondly, it was my choice. So take it however you want. I don't need to defend myself, but I am where I am. So when you watch someone die in your living room and get carried out in a black bag, you reassess your life and all those things that stopped serving me and my happiness, I cut out, which is why I have no problem cutting anyone out. Ah, Kent, should we talk about some truths? I would be very careful about coming into my chat and trying to call me a liar. Let's not forget the early days where you were Sunny's little sidekick and how you pretended to know everything about Indigenous people and their culture, and how you pointed the finger at everyone, and how you continue to do so. And in fact, we're one of the only people in Monsters of Sabotage that was hailed as a hero, you and Papa Bear. Yeah. Wolfie has a strange obsession, so much so that him and Melissa created the channel Monsters of Chaos. And every video is about me or Zach Jackson, his other strange obsession. You know, he's a grifter, I get it. But the only other video that they planned on doing was Daphne's Case Files. And you know who had a really big problem with Daphne's Case Files? Charmaine, American Justice. They like to push the narrative that she was selling unredacted documents and doxing a SA victim, when in fact it was actually Melissa who did so, and AB did as well. So is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it's a coincidence that on Charmaine's live, Melissa, who was her co-creator, who called me a stupid bitch, fucking horse face bitch, thick skull, and then told Ron Mexico that she would help him by providing the material for his channel. Where are you now, Melissa? And Charmaine, you were saying that my timeline that I worked on with Daphne's case files was all wrong. Is that why Melissa asked me for it so she could put it in her famous document? We all know what actually happened. You got upset because Daphne was smart enough to be able to acquire court documents, and she put them out before you guys. And you didn't like the way she run her channel, and that wasn't okay for you. I think it's actually because she's successful, she has integrity, and she's running her channel the way she wants to run it. And I advise her to stay the hell away from me and all of you, because it is nothing but a drama-fueled, disgusting display over 2 missing children. And you all should be ashamed of yourself, because even if I step back, you still come at me. And you have the audacity to try to dox me and talk about my children and insinuate that they were somewhere they weren't. I don't talk about things unless I have receipts. Well, here's the thing. Does anyone here have missing children? Does anyone here know how they would react when your whole life falls apart? She doesn't owe anything to anyone other than her children and answers to the RCMP. She doesn't owe anything to me. She doesn't owe anything to anyone to speak out. What, because we're all greedy bastards and want to know? Thank you, Poetic Justice. I appreciate that. I shall put it to a rent, which is disgusting because Nova Scotia is expensive as balls. It's too bad that I don't actually have a Leo's List account, which Monsters of Chaos has also accused me of. Apparently, I sell myself on Leo's List. And it's funny you should say that, because on my second day, I had the chief of police here at my property. And this is how I know how many sick fucks are out there that are so incredibly disgusting, perverted, and narcissistic, because I encountered such a man who I hired to help me move into my apartment as I separated out of my family home. And he decided that he didn't want to unload my truck, that he wanted me to pay him in sexual favors instead of paying him in money. He lied about his name, he lied about his age, and he would not take no for an answer. So I'm kind of sick of dealing with these kind of people. They're everywhere. Monsters are everywhere. And there's some in this chat right now. Chomos, pedophiles, rapists. So yeah, when I say I've seen it all, I've seen it all. Who's Papa Bear? Darren. Darren Geddes is Papa Bear. So I am not sure how Charmaine, Melissa, Wolfie, Monsters of Sabotage, Monsters of Chaos, Mike, Dumbass, Demand, and Anita think that they're contributing to this case. Mike, do you know that you have a woman on your channel that is a complete psycho that couldn't tell the truth or recognize the truth if it whacked her in her fucking face? Are you aware that her and Jamie are now sending threats to Cindy? And yes, I have the receipts. RCMP, call me, I'll send them to you. Yeah. Wolfie is a liar. That Melissa is rude, and I've never been able to stomach Charmaine and Kent. Well, I can't stomach any of them any longer. Dox my family, dox my name, and mention my children. Gloves are off. Gloves are off. You want to allow someone to even talk about my children on your channel? I'll burn it all down for my kids. All of it, and all of you. AB doxes everyone. Yeah, thanks, AB. It's too bad that he's one of the biggest tragedy pimps there is out there. He will do anything for clicks and views. He will show anything. He will do anything. He is a drama king. Mhm. Every Child Matters is a promise to try to uncover the past based on the residential schools. However, it has also become a movement where it encompasses now missing, murdered Indigenous women, children, girls, and two-spirited people. It has evolved as much things do. So the caveat emptorium, which is, yes, Latin. You were in here before telling me I should learn Latin, but sorry, I know multiple languages, but Latin wasn't my forte. I learned Spanish and Arabic and French instead. Eroptesic. Why don't you look that up? If you were in the Middle East, you should know what that means, Habibi. Those children deserved better than being neglected, in my opinion, while their parents laid in bed all morning. Daniel wasn't their parent. He was a boyfriend and didn't take care of sick Lily and Jack wearing an old diaper. How do you know this? Oh, Penny Lane. You need to get a life. Penny Lane Freedom, also known as Mama P. You'll recognize her as a frequent commenter on Monsters of Chaos because her head is so far up Wolfie's ass she can smell his breath. I can't figure out whether Wolfie is the puppet master. Is he mastering Charmaine? Is he her agent? Or is it the other way around? But what I do know is he was spawned from that channel, much like some other people. Coincidence? Maybe. Absolutely. Thank you, Artemisia, and thank you, Odessa, for becoming a new member. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. I've just been going through some stuff. Like I said, I have a job. I have 3 kids. I've left a relationship by my own doing, moved into an apartment, got sexually harassed on my first day, had to have the chief of police come to my house. Neighbors love me already. Stepped away from doing lives to regroup, yet I'm still the main topic of conversation for some of these friggin' goofs. And they're been given a platform by someone who alleges they are impartial. Not impartial to Jordan, though, are you, Charmaine? We'll talk about Jordan in a minute. I wonder if they watch Mock, and that's possibly why they suck. That's why that suckbot did that, yeah. Yeah, because there's an echo chamber being created by these idiots. It's toxic, it's disgusting, it's disgraceful. And they have the audacity to say this is about Jack and Lilly, and then sit there on their channel and allow other people to sit on their channel and say, fuck you, shenanigans. Fuck you, shenanigans. No wonder your husband left you. Your children should be taken away because you had them at an ATV rally, you fucking dumb twat. She was wearing pink. My kids were not there. They were with their dad, and the person in pink was Cheryl, you friggin' goof. Your receipts are bullshit. And I'm sick of it. Monsters of Sabotage, yes, have done nothing but make everything up from day one. First, they acted like they were holier than thou, trying to basically discredit all the creators, anyone who said anything about the monsters that they didn't like. So let's break down who the monsters of Sabotage are. Well, we know it's run by Chrissy Travers, the elite PI. Daleen, who pretends that she doesn't talk to anybody anymore. That Chrissy and Darren manipulated her, says the queen of manipulation. I have never stayed in bed all morning ignoring a 4 and 6-year-old, especially one that was supposedly sick. That's bad parenting, full stop. Do you have children? How old are they? And you've never stayed in bed? Yeah. Find that hard to believe. Amanda, you did not get blocked. I can see you. Brandon, why do you come under so many pseudonyms? Should I bring up your emails? Why didn't you want to meet with me for coffee when I decided I wanted to bring Damien with me and not meet you alone? Why did you send me so many different emails under different names telling me different stories? And then send me a cease and desist telling me not to talk about it, but then go over to AB's and talk to him about it? Is it because he licks your rectum and I don't do that? I am at the point where I will give what I'm given. I'm going to match people's energy. So what you're seeing now is my response to all of these people who have been shitting on me for months. I took it in my stride, called me a horse-faced bitch. I replied with nay. They called me a donkey. I was like, fine, whatever, good enough for Jesus. Why the long face? Comments. No wonder your husband left you, comments. But talk about my children and you'll hear me roar, and I will burn it all down. I don't care. Is it a coincidence that all of these people are from out west? We have Jess Bayard, another little ring licker who came to me for money because she was starving, probably because she spends all of her money on drugs and doesn't have custody of her own child, but wants to criticize everyone else. You'll be on my next little short, along with Mike DeMann and A Balance, Anita. But still, even though she was a pain in my ass, I still sent you a DoorDash card, didn't I? So you didn't starve. Bet you don't talk about that though, do you? So we've got Jess Bayard, we've got Wolfie, we've got Chow Mein. They're all out west. None of them are in Nova Scotia, and none of them have contributed anything other than a bench. Well done for the bench. The rest is bullshit. I know that Wolfie and Charmaine have met up. Jess keeps saying she's going to meet up with Charmaine for a ice cap. Hell, even Sunny's stopping in to say hi. Wolfie has never searched for Jack and Lilly, and nor should he ever search for any child. He's got an inferiority complex, in my opinion, because his drone is smaller than Damien's. Yeah. She can have Daniel on and treat him like God's gift to women. But I talk to Malaya, support her in things like walking in a parade with her, attending court appearances with her, and that's a problem. The double standards in this are incredible. Incredible. And they want to talk about misinformation. Patriot Girl Mama P was Charmaine's mod, the one that said that I deserved to get my ass kicked and reported me to the RCMP. I'm not sure what she reported. However, she also said she was going to call CPS because I've had dinner with Malaya. She was Charmaine's mod back in May 4th when she first emailed me, sending me messages, which I didn't reply to. But you can distance yourself from all these people, but it doesn't stop the fact that you brought them all to light and encouraged them by putting their comments on the screen, such as Ron Mexico, whom Charmaine knows who it is. She spoke to them on the phone, but refuses to give up the source and allows her co-creator, Melissa, to provide screenshots and help create a channel dedicated just to me. Very helpful for Jack and Lilly. Yeah, report me to the RCMP, someone who's been to Lansdowne 12 times, figured it out the other day with Damien, searching. So people say I'm stalking Daniel, that I drove by his house 11 times. Yep, I drove by his house 11 times to go search for his stepchildren. So it's just the fact that there is so much misinformation out there. How dare they even suggest anything about my children? It was my first time out on my bike that I bought. I hadn't ridden it before. It was my first try, and I wasn't going to bring my children out while I'm testing something out. People have this big thing about saying it was a search. It wasn't a search. But people aren't allowed to let their hair down or go for rides or touch fucking grass, I guess. They said that I was drunk, which I wasn't. Not that you'll believe Cheryl, but you can ask her. They said that Malaya was drinking. She was holding a bubbly. They said that she was high and people were doing drugs. She was smoking a nicotine vape from the reserve because I know, because I bought one too. It's just pathetic. And to sit there and say, oh, she was in pink and she had a braid, her daughter was standing next to her. It was fucking Cheryl. I'm like a foot taller than Cheryl. Ask her. She may be small, but she is mighty. Yeah. And not only are they shitting on creators, they want to have the audacity to shit on an organization that's been around for over a decade, who has been searching for people across Canada with success. And Wolfie somehow thinks he's above that he's above that organization. Give your head a shake, honestly. To try to discredit Damien, who spent more hours searching for the children and many others in Nova Scotia than you have staring at your own ugly face in the mirror your whole life and telling yourself how great you are. I just literally have nothing good to say about you, Wolfie. Nothing. Literally nothing. So I'm just not going to say anything. Thank you, Fern. Welcome in everyone who's just coming in. Jess Bayard is Hustler Girl. You would have seen her in chats. She's a awesome ring licker. Burrito Para, thanks for coming in. Yeah, you're not far from old Wolfie, are you? The thing is, everyone who's actually had any type of conversation with Wolfie behind the scenes has realized that he's insane. Like Anita, he turns on a dime and gaslights you when maybe I should share some audio. Sonny knows all about it. When him and Lana decided to leak the Durwood recording, and he turned around and had a little big man conversation with Sonny, who put him in his place. And then he called back, going, oh, I'm so sorry, Sonny. Give me a minute. Fake crying, trying to gaslight her. Go back and watch it. I implore you. So not only has he done it to me, he's done it to Sonny. He did it to Callie. He did it to Jordan. AB did a whole show on the 72, what was it, 72 pages of emails unsolicited he sent. Maybe he knows Anita. Maybe they're related. Hey, Cool J. Good to see you. Oh, yes, that's right. And we were having chili on that ATV ride, and chips and biscuits and cookies. But yeah. Jack and Lily would be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I have to actually do this to address this bullshit. And it's all from people who have literally contributed nothing. Yeah. Hardy man, good to see you. Another man that's boots on the ground looking for Jack and Lily and others. Yeah. I feel like, all right, this was all the things I wanted to discuss. So I discredited Monsters of Sabotage and the fact that they were saying that Cheryl and Shelby and her friend were fishing at Gairloch Lake. They were not. They were in Brookfield. The only person that was going fishing at Gairloch Lake that day was Brandon. So I can do that. So we know Daniel had court, which was set aside to September so that his lawyer could review the mountain of evidence against him. And so that's in September. I may or may not attend. Um, Jordan's court, that was today. He was facing 21 charges of various degrees of possession of weapons. And a little bird sent me some messages that Charmaine was actually helping Jordan acquire proper legal representation. And I wonder if that could be the reason behind some of those charges being dropped. I mean, she had some very positive things to say about Jordan. You know, that some of those weapons didn't even have pins in them, and some of them were hand-me-downs, and that the bulletproof vest didn't even have, what was it, a plate in it? I'll show the receipts, don't worry. So Charmaine likes to advocate for crazy alcoholic men who threaten people and possess multiple weapons. Sounds like a great woman. Sorry, I'm messaging one of my children. All right, so I think I should bring up some pictures. I've addressed the Canada Day parade and the psychoticness behind everyone criticizing the Every Child Matters banner when an Indigenous woman is parading through the street advocating for her partially Indigenous children who are missing. And Every Child Matters also encompasses the Murdered, Missing, and Indigenous Women and Children banner. So, all right. So other people that have been sending me messages were Jam to the Jam. Thank you, Jamie Kelly, for sending me those wonderful messages, calling me a criminal, and then calling me 24 times in a row while I was in the middle of a move. That was awesome. Truth and Beauty. So those images were not from the search. What, the ATV? That was a completely different occasion. We don't actually usually take pictures of the searches or any searches because there's an active investigation. And the only time that there were pictures taken was when the first time Malaya went out because people don't believe that she does anything. And during Please Bring Me Home, who deserve to have their name and their cause broadcasted because they actually do work and help find people. Yeah, Wolfie is just a puppy. Yeah. This blows the Dylan Ayler case out of the water with regards to online vitriol. It is insanity. And I cannot wait till the family members get legal with some of these people. Yeah. This all stems because I stood up for Daphne's case files when they tried to slander her in every channel because they were upset about her selling documents that she acquired and did all the work for on Patreon to figure out who it was that was doxing her all the time. And they want to say that it was documents for an SA victim and that she released that name. And that's a bold face lie. And because I'm loyal to my friends, I stood up for her, told them that what she does on her own channel is up to them and that she has integrity and has been doing this a long time. They didn't like that. Yes, Charmaine and I agreed to disagree, but then they just kept coming for more. I do offer a different perspective. I don't believe Malaya has anything to do with the disappearance of her children. I do believe that she was a victim of domestic violence and coercive control. And I do believe that she's the victim of an online hate campaign directed at her and her entire family, and everyone in her family has been pointed at. So I do offer a different perspective. I offer the Malaya that I've met is a quiet woman who is, I don't want to say grieving because we don't know what happened to Jack and Lilly, but she's certainly grieving that her children are missing and she doesn't know where they are. She spends her time doing therapy, doing art, and trying to better herself and spending time with Meadow. I can't say the same for every other person in this case. And speaking of which, I saw Malaya on the weekend and she made me this, which I thank her for. She's made me a lot of very beautiful things. And that's what she does with her spare time so she doesn't go crazy not knowing what happened to her children. And she's still the only one that gets a weekly update from the RCMP. And she's very frustrated with the lack of evidence and answers that are not being brought forth. There's been a change at the RCMP's major crime unit. New detectives are being brought in. Let's hope that we get some answers soon. But there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. What is wrong with being in a parade with a banner of Jack and Lilly, marching with the mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, aunts, and community members that want to find answers, who have been boots on the ground searching for the children? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me not jumping to conclusions and thinking that she's responsible for this when the RCMP have said they haven't said there is any suspects publicly. They haven't dropped all the charges against Jordan. Callie, no, they did drop several. And like I said, I wonder if that's has to do with the legal representation Charmaine helped him get, because guys like that should be let off. They should be able to get out of all the charges, and to continue to threaten people and send pictures of their weaponry. And yeah. Jam to the Jam is just one. Patriot Girl likes to turn it around and say that myself and Damien and others are harassing her. She reached out to me. She sent the first message. She didn't like my calm rebuke to her, and then said basically I should get my ass kicked. So I'm criticized for defending Daphne. I'm criticized for defending Malaya. I'm criticized for defending Cheryl. I'm criticized for defending Damien, and I'm criticized for defending myself. When in reality, it's the same group of people that are behind the criticism of all these people. So send information to the RCMP. If you have, I already know everything that I can possibly know. I don't know what the RCMP know, but I know what I know. I've been following this case since day one, and there's not much I don't know. You can ask Cheryl. Yeah. Yeah. So before people want to start criticizing me for coming after Wolfie so hard, I think it's important. I don't know. Good question. Maybe there's a GoFundMe out there. And that's the problem, is that I don't say anything that she doesn't want me to say. That I don't say anything that Cheryl doesn't want me to say. I don't say anything that Cindy doesn't want me to say. And that's the biggest problem, because it's an active investigation. And I don't recommend that she does speak out, because Daniel himself said he would weaponize every word against her. So why should she speak out? She doesn't owe us anything. So I'm going to bring up some pictures. In the meantime, Misty, could you please put in the chat, if you don't mind, the Drone Grids channel? So Damien's started up a channel. It's a bit of a mix right now, but obviously you know him as the Drone Grid. He is an expert at flying drones, and he's also an expert at defending me, which I appreciate very much, and defending himself, because the amount of criticism that anybody gets if they try to stick up for me, which you all know, is pretty immense. So Wolfie has come at him pretty hard, as have others, and it's pretty disgusting considering how much he has contributed to the case, and contributed to looking for Jack and Lilly. So if you don't mind, Misty, putting his channel in the chat, and please give him a subscribe. And also, I would like Just the Facts Ma'am, if her channel could be put in there. She's been doing a lot of shorts, and I appreciate her support very much. And Woman's Warrior, who is someone who is a woman's warrior, who is an advocate in the UK for women who are victims of domestic violence. And although some of her videos are sort of parody music videos, which do give a laugh, there's some really valid information on there too. So her channel is Deafening Silence. And I also want to bring up, since Cool J has said this, funny how there is no monsters of anything dedicated to attacking Demand AB, even though they both treat everyone outside their bubble horrendously. Yeah, I am not responsible for any monsters channel. I have never created another platform of videos outside Tea Time on True Crime with Shenanigans. I did set up Lovely Jubbly to be in Wolfie's chat while he was talking shit about me again. And I did create the name Durwood O'Shady, which all of you know who have been following this case. Durwood's account is Durwood O'Grady 4666. Anyone who's been following this case knows that. So if you mistaken me, Durwood O'Shady, for Durwood O'Grady, that's a you problem. It was quite clear a parody account. And when I got blocked from all of my accounts got blocked from Wolfie's channel, I created another one, Samantha Mayer. I go by many names. Many people think they know my name. I mean, Jesus, the PI can't even figure out my name, and the lawyer can't even figure out my name. But AB's got it. Thanks. So yes, Drone Grids, his channel's there. If you could give that a click and subscribe, I'm pretty sure you'll find some of the conversation history he's had in the past very interesting. Another one who documents everything and has receipts for all of the things he says. So, all right, I'm going to bring up some pictures, but first, just in case you guys think I'm just being a bit of a drama queen, I'm going to show a couple of the channels. And not because I want you to subscribe to them and give them any kind of credit or put them in the algorithm, but I just think it's important for people to realize why I'm so upset. I haven't, Raven, but if you have it, by all means, please put his comment in the chat. I would love to see it. Thank you, Misty Mountain. So Deafening Silence as well is Woman's Warrior. And Just Ducky. Well, I'm going to show you some receipts, aren't I? Because I don't say anything unless I have receipts for it. Is it a coincidence that her and Sunny also brought Daleen to Belinda? Don't know. Could be just my speculation. I was wondering what Lovely Jubbly was all about. I knew Durwood O'Shady was an account that was made up. Samantha Mayer. Yeah, good info. I heard something about that account too. Yeah, because Wolfie, he banned me from defending myself in his channel. So I made another one and came back. Samantha's one of my other names. It's not my Leo list name, though, just in case you all think so. So let's go to YouTube here for a second. One moment, please. So let's go to Monsters of Chaos. Now, bear in mind, as I mentioned, we all know who Wolfie's, major issues are. Yeah. Charmaine is not a lawyer. All right, share screen. So this is the Monsters of Chaos page. I don't recommend you subscribe to it or give it any credit because, again, these are the same people that say that this should be about Jack and Lilly, right? So here it is, 57 videos where they promote Charmaine and Melissa and Monsters of Sabotage. They're all best friends. But all of their videos are me, Zach, me and Damien, me, Zach's something or other, Darius, Peter Witherspoon, and Ninchi conspire to have a YouTube charged for a crime. Peter Witherspoon's a regular watcher and has been following true crime for, I would say, a decade. Oh, look, me again. Shenanigans. Were Malaya and Shenanigans drunk at Jack and Lily's search? Wasn't a search. Did Shenanigans create another sock account for YouTube? Does Shenanigans think Daniel is reptilian? What? Zach. Shenanigans, saying that I had Shy trying to troll. Nope. Shenanigans. Zach. Shenanigans and Nova. Malaya. Shenanigans. Wolfie responds to Shenanigans confronting Mr. Hemi. Mr. Hemi knows damn well I wasn't confronting him. I was just having a laugh. We like to banter back and forth. Oh, Daleen versus Shenanigans. Shenanigans gets owned by Daleen. Oh, did I? Really? Did I? Because I put her on mute because she was trying to call me a confidential informant again on my live. Oh, here's another video. Is Shenanigans stalking Daniel? Zach Jackson. Scissor Sisters Gone Wild. Response to Shenanigans, aka Teabagger. Yeah. Was Shenanigans high during her last live? Zach. Janie versus Anita. Shenanigans attacks Wolfie. Are you seeing a theme here? Is anyone seeing a theme here? Video commentary response to Shenanigans. Chemistry between Shenanigans and Tint. Melissa puts Shenanigans in her place. Was Malaya busy sleeping? Zach. Shenanigans responds to Mock, AB, and Ron Mexico. Yeah, we'll talk about Ron Mexico as well. Shenanigans. Daleen versus Shelley. Again, T-Lady. So about me. Video commentary responds to Shenanigans. Belinda Gray responds to Shenanigans. Will Shenanigans take Shar and Melissa up on their offer to talk and move on? No, I will not. It'll be a cold day in hell before I ever mend a bridge that I burnt down with those two who assist Wolfie and Melissa and Ron Mexico and all of their shit. How Anita feels about Tea Lady, like I give a shit what that crazy bitch thinks about me. Was tea time with Shenanigans drunk? Right, okay. More lies and censorship. Yeah, I censor so much here. And here's me as a horse's ass and me again. So again, but I'm supposed to sit back, not say anything, and I am the one that is causing the drama. But this is supposed to be allowed. And Wolfie is supposed to be able to talk about my children. And mods are allowed to say that my children should be taken away because I went on an ATV ride. That's fine, though. Oh, I've reported them to YouTube. YouTube doesn't do anything. But you know what? The RCMP and their cyber unit knows who's behind these channels. And who is Ron Mexico? That's an excellent question. You know who knows who Ron Mexico is? Charmaine. She talks to him. Ron Mexico is a local to Nova Scotia. I have my suspicions on who it is. But the fact that she gatekeeps that information and allowed Melissa to say on her live that she would help Ron Mexico create his channel. Mm, but that's fine. So yeah, let's have a little look at Ron Mexico. One moment, please. I see his channel is doing really well with the 80 subscribers he has. Paul Quinn, you are in the vertical chat. If you want to come over to the other one. Melissa is American Justice. She also goes by a new channel, and she is often on Charmaine's channel. She's the one that did the document. So yeah, when people wonder why I have an attitude and why I'm pissed off and why I get upset, it's because other creators help create this kind of crap. So, Anita, great, awesome, I concur. Canadian Psycho Part 2 about me. Look who's stalking about me. I'm questioning your integrity, denying existence, featuring Charmaine and Melissa show that they did on me. And here's another one about me and exposing those who profit from tragedy and pathologically lie. So here I am, a horse, a donkey, a horse, and myself at Christmas. They also demand receipts for the donations that I've done. I want to just let you know, I haven't made any money off YouTube in months now. So, and the last time I had a good month, I donated all of the proceeds on Lily's birthday. The receipts were provided at the time during the live and are still available under the video. Let's donate for Lily's birthday, in which I donated funds to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Salvation Army, Please Bring Me Home, and the Autism Nova Scotia, and there's another one, but it's not coming to me. But it was, in the range of $1,200, and they wanted receipts, and I provided them, and it still wasn't good enough. So that's right. And I have to come on and do a live to address criticism of Cheryl where she's fishing. I have to address an ATV ride that people are up in arms about. I have to discuss my children being mentioned, my relationship status. Do you know that they have made an entire live or an entire episode based solely on Damien being in the friend zone? Would anyone like to tell me how that's relevant to Jack and Lily Sullivan? And about me needing a car parked in my garage. Well, as it happens, I only have a carport, and I'm a monster truck kind of girl. Maybe that's another issue of Wolfie's. Maybe he's got an inferiority complex based on the look of the size of his feet. I'm not surprised. So yeah, Ron Mexico. Yeah, AB was the first one to mention it. He actually urged his viewers to call CPS on me as he smokes a joint on screen. I find that the people that cast the most negative attention my way have the most skeletons in their closets. And one of the biggest regrets I had was I used to think that AB, said it like it was, you know, that he said all the things that people didn't want to say or were too scared to say. And then he came on my live, and when I watched it back, I realized that actually he's also a narcissist. He loves the sound of his own voice and thinks he's better than everyone else. Um, you know, he had a lot to say on my channel. At one point, he stuck up for me, but then it changed. I think it changed with a lot of people because they don't like sharing viewership, that it's some sort of ownership of people, that people shouldn't have the free choice to watch other channels. Now, I've advocated many times for everyone to watch other channels. What I don't advocate for is what happens in some of these chats. The relentless amount of misinformation that is allowed to be put out there, unchecked commentary. I don't let people in my chat put out bullshit. Today, I'm letting everything slide because everything is being recorded. Every comment, everything. Because I had a feeling I would get the trolls in today. So, right, I'm going to bring up some screenshots. Bear with me. I think I'll start with Anita's threats. So yeah, I have admitted I am a petty bitch. When it comes down to certain things, I absolutely will not sit back and allow it to happen. And this applies to Darren, to Kent, to Anita, to everyone in that last video that I did, the ABCDEFU. That was Larry Cameron, who's been working on trying to find my address, who tried to hack my computer and works with Daleen and Chrissy and all the other monsters. The second one was Patriot Girl, that now goes by Mama P, who was putting in a report to CPS. and who reported me to the RCMP for hanging out with Malaya and said that I deserved to have my ass kicked and go to jail. And then the next one was Wolfie, because he's done nothing but spew bullshit since I stopped talking to him and told him to go fuck himself. And then it was Daleen, who has been using her warfare of law against me, trying to get me to stop talking about Brandon, even though he was the one that messaged me. She was also the one that wanted me to put out Anita's information with Charmaine. And as far as I'm concerned, has been very detrimental to the case. The harassment level is really out of this world. Yeah. Share screen. Didn't I say on your last show that I wanted her to die? What? Okay, Raven, let me guess. Are you Daleen? The same thing that she said that um, was said about Larry Cameron when somebody said that he should walk off a cliff? I use a lot of sarcasm and a lot of puns, but it would be just like you to take it out of context. Mm. Don't be coming in here and sticking up for any of those goofs. Do that on their channel, because I've had enough of them. I've literally had months and months of abuse, and I'm done with it. All right. Here are some screenshots of Anita threatening Wade and Cindy. Not sure if you can see that, but this is the kind of people that they are. Tell your woman to stop telling people I sell coke. What the fuck is that all about? My name is Jamie, not Anita. She better stop running her mouth about me. This is the only warning. I ain't gonna make threats, but I promise she ain't gonna like it. I tell you that. Tell that old ugly whore to stop talking about me. First and last warning. Bullshit. It is Cindy. I heard it. She better shut her mouth. I'm giving her one warning now. Fuck off. See, the problem is, Jamie, is that when you search your name, Jamie Maxwell, on Google in Nova Scotia, it comes up with a Jamie Maxwell who was arrested for trafficking Coca-Cola. And everybody's been talking about that since your wife, Anita, came on the scene and started talking about her husband, Jamie. So don't blame Cindy. Blame Anita for name dropping you. I mean, hell, she told me that you used to be an enforcer for the Hells Angels and that your mom had to buy you out. I don't think that's true, though, because she is a pathological liar. What else did they have to say? Yeah, Anita's the one putting the garbage online. Yep. That was just a duplicate. So, yeah. Oh, she told you that too, Karen? Right. She says a lot of things. Right. Right. Should we talk about Charmaine advocating for Jordan and getting him legal advice, or should I? I think I'll just show some ATV images first, just to prove to Wolfie, the dumb see you next Tuesday, who was there and who wasn't there, and how there was no children there, and everyone was over the age of 25 for the final time. For the final time. And if you can't get that through your skull, then you ought to go to the doctor and get checked out because there's obviously some cognitive decline going on in your brain. Welcome in, everyone. And yes, I am a little sassy tonight. I am really completely fed up with the amount of abuse that everyone gets. So, and I know that I'm just new to receiving the bullshit. Um, yes, I know. I know that she said that. The reason why she kind of assumed that is because we were at Burnside Falls for the ATV ride. Burnside Falls also has quite the reputation. So Pembroke Road near Burnside Falls, which was an area I've been wanting to go to and have been to, so I was keen to go, is where Kevin Martin was found, buried, not far from Burnside Falls at all. It's also where Patty Weymouth Patton went missing from on Pembroke Road. It's also where a woman's body was found not so long ago, murdered. It's also only 20 minutes away from the trailer. And I have it on good authority that that area is known as a place to hide secrets. So I was happy to go there. Burnside Falls is a beautiful place. I was in good company. I consider Cheryl a good friend, and her husband, who I'm not allowed to refer to as my husband anymore because people get all butthurt over it. But you guys are the ones that was saying that we were lesbians. So I said, why not just be sister wives? So this is the thing. I can't embrace or joke around about the insults that are thrown at me because it gets misconstrued. So yes. So it wasn't a search. However, one of someone Cheryl knows as well. I'm not going to discuss it too much, but someone that she grew up with the family also went missing in that area. And it's really, it's really just, it wasn't a search, but it was a way to get to know the area for myself as well, because these areas are much more accessible um, via ATV than they are on a truck. Stella, listen, I know you're a little shit stirrer. We weren't searching, but we were in the area where searches have taken place, where many people have gone missing. And it was an opportunity for me to try my bike that I bought to help search, as well as to take my children out. I bought it as a divorce present, although I wasn't married. So you can construe it however you like, Stella. We were in the area. on ATVs for social reasons. All right. He said he can still be your second husband. Oh, thanks. Thank you. All right. So one of the things that this is a horrible picture of me, but I really don't give a shit. That happened at the parade was I had a really good chat with Tim Houston. Houston, we have a problem. So I spoke to him for quite some time at Cindy's request, and Cheryl also came over. He did ask what he could do, and I said, we need to do something a bit about the alert system, but we also need pressure on the RCMP to solve this case. And that's not a criticism to the RCMP. That is provide them with the tools, the money, the whatever they need to solve this case, because this has been coming up to 15 months of absolute diabolical online vitriol that many, many people have experienced. I did not know Malaya or Cheryl or any of these people until, I'm going to say, 5 months ago. So for people to come at me for advocating for Malaya, for trying to help Cheryl navigate the online shitstorm that she has received, having her life drug through the mud, her spouse's life, anyone, pressed, goodbye. Why am I befriending Malaya while she just runs around looking for the next party or guy to play with while she's not looking for her kids? You're full of shit. You know nothing. And you can get fucked. She doesn't party. She doesn't drink. She doesn't smoke. This is the kind of stuff that bothers me. And Raven, I think I've had enough of you as well. I'm just getting sick of all y'all. And Amanda, maybe they're in a different chat. Hey, Miss V, good to see you. So yes. Yeah, they do give themselves away. So, Tim Houston, figure it out, will ya? Get some shit done. Show us why the politicians earn so much money. Right. Next image. I'm not going to show all of them because a lot of them were on my Facebook already. So by all means, go onto Tea Time on True Crime on Facebook if you want to see more photos. But this is just one I want to show here. Because I do think Janice needs to get some credit here for a lot of the hard work she put into getting stuff organized for the parade. I know that we had our differences in the past, but she got a lot of material to give out. There was Jack and Lily bracelets that were given out. There was candy, there was freezies, there was pins, there was pens, there was just an immense amount of things that were organized, posters, and yeah, I think that she should get credit where it's due. So this was a picture for the parade. And there you can see Cheryl and Malia working on posters, and that's Janice in the orange shirt and just helping getting things organized. And again, it didn't matter what Malia did or didn't do, she's going to get criticized for it. So give me 1 second. I want to find the group photo. Here we go. Actually, I'll show this one first. It's my sister wife. And go ahead and make a nice video about it. See if I give a shit, because I don't. This was Cheryl and I before the rides. Then I'll show you her all in pretty in pink, so you can realize that my daughters were not at the ride. So apparently it's really difficult for some of you to understand. Oh, I'm glad you got your pen. Yeah. And let me get the next one. So this was everyone that was there. Okay? No children. This is not a child, the one with the braids. That's Cheryl. Everyone that was there is over 25. And that's the last time I'm going to address that issue. Okay? My children were not there. There were no children present. Nobody was doing drugs. Malaya wasn't drinking. She wasn't doing drugs. She was drinking a bubbly and smoking a vape. So, all right. What next? Jordan. So, let's see. Here we go. Jordan, who had court today, who had several of his charges dropped. I mean, maybe this is something to do with it. Maybe not. So this is from Charmaine Schwartz. Says, I'm guiding Jordan on how to retain a lawyer without having to use legal aid. His mental health is improving since starting to talk with me because I keep the conversations private. Oh, do you, Charmaine? Because it looks like you're sharing some information about his conversations. Durwood claims because of my helping his son, he believes I'm a good person, which I believe I am too. But the relationship between Durwood and I isn't about him telling me his bullshit and pretending to believe it. Legal aid goes off of your income tax, and his financial situation has drastically changed. So I assumed he couldn't get a lawyer at all. And it's important that he gets one, whatever happens. It can't be overturned, if that makes sense. So I guess she just wants to provide him with legal advice and so that it doesn't get overturned. I'm sure that's what it's all about. I'm sure that's what it's all about. Did anybody else know that she was giving legal advice to Jordan? Did she talk about that and be all transparent on her live? Something tells me no. Something tells me that she does this with a lot of people. She claims that she doesn't share information that's given to her. Well, it's funny because on a recent live, she provided accidentally a screenshot of a private conversation between Damien and Daylene that Daylene had provided to her. That doesn't sound very lawyer-like. It also doesn't sound like Charmaine keeps things to herself. But what do I know? I'm just a girl. I'm just a horse. Nay. Right. I got to address the Patriot Girl stuff, don't I? Because apparently there was a big issue with the fact that when I screenshotted or screen recorded her threatening me, I missed the first 15 seconds of her message. So I will happily share it with you. But as it's been 1 hour and 48 minutes, I am going to take a small intermission. You have 4 minutes to go make a cup of tea, go have a cigarette. I'm going to put on my old introduction. So it'll be on for 4 minutes, and it also has a lot of missing persons posters on it. So if you're sticking around, have a look. Otherwise, I'll be back in 4 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, smoke break. And then I'm going to show a few more things. So I'll be back in 4 minutes. Media assets. Oh, wait, hold on. Just because it's been a while, I think it's relevant. Did I miss Malaya? I don't see her on here. Well, thanks for watching, Malaya. I hope you realize that there's lots of people that support you. And I won't be longer than 4 minutes. Jeez. I'll be quick. How come I don't see Malaya's comment, though? Am I blind? Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to smile. That's right. Oh, you do have a lot of support here. And I have a very good community in my chat for a reason. So stick around for 4 minutes. Go have a vape. Don't let anyone see you because, you're not allowed to vape or smile or do anything according to some people. And those some people are idiots, as you know. So pay no attention. But yeah. See you in 4 minutes, people. Paul Quinn, I'm not really sure what that comment was about, but all right. Keep an eye. I made it in 4 minutes. There you go. I can see that Cornholio is in the chat. Cornholio. Nice name. All right. There's more content for you to steal, Wolfie. Yeah, no doubt, eh? I'm sure I'll be on another Monsters of Chaos video tomorrow because they can't figure out anything else to talk about other than me or Zach. So, whatever. All right. You with your Tims and going for a smoke? Donna, good to see you. Thank you. Here we go. Tragedy pimps. That's what you wear. You're no better than the rest of them. I think I had an inside joke with Jess Bayard about Cornholio. So I wonder if that's her. But tragedy pimps is not what I align myself with. But you're entitled to your opinion, Cornholio the Great. Weren't you the one telling me that I should not criticize psychics that were making money off this case? Just wondering. Yeah. Oh. Thanks, Cornholio. Say hi to your friends for me. You have been very integral in providing stuff for the searchers and for the parade. So it is good to spread the awareness. And I think we did that. The people of Westville and Pictou County, because it's one of the largest parades in Nova Scotia and the longest running ones, there was a lot of support there for Malaya, which I was really happy to see. It was actually very emotional at times. So, oh, I was insulting Shannon RV. That's because she came on my channel to insult me. And I told her to use her psychic powers to help find Jack and Lilly. But whatever. Exactly. Where are Jack and Lilly? What happened to them? And how are all these channels that do nothing but spread misinformation, like who was fishing where, how does that help? When it's all lies. I don't think anything credible has ever come out of Monsters of Sabotage. In fact, they ran with Anita's information and fed her all of her ammunition. She, along with Darren and others, have been key components of the misinformation campaign that has bombarded the RCMP with useless information. And it does make you wonder why. Hey, Cindy B. Hey, Holly Jolly. Hey, Jilly Bean. All right, I'm looking for yeah, that came from Anita. They chose to run with it under the guise that they weren't saying it was true or whether it wasn't. They were insinuating that the girl with dark hair was Malaya and that the children in the trunk were Jack and Lilly. That's right. Brookfield, not Gairloch Lake. like Brandon. All right. There is a certain thing I'm looking for. And of course, with my millions of screenshots, you'd think I'd be able to find it. Send it again. So I'm going to go through what I said I was going to do because I think it's important. I just got to figure out how to not dox everyone else. Why does it do this? So annoying. Facebook. I don't want the business suite. I just want my messenger. All right. Sorry. Um, okay. Weird. I'm not seeing all the comments, which is annoying. All right. Hi, Marlene. And I can't see your comments. Weird. All right. All right. Well, Facebook wants to be a douche, so I will just do it the old-fashioned way. All right. Aha, Penny Lane. All right. So, haha, Penny Lane. First message she sent to me, you're going to get locked up. And then she tried to call me at 12:19 a.m.
Oh, don't worry. I reported her fucking Facebook page and I reported all her videos too. But it probably won't do nothing because it's Facebook and YouTube and shit. They don't give a fuck. But they do have a new law with the new Bill C 33 or 34 or something like that. They keep changing them, but it's the online hate. I can't hate shit. The online hate. Things you say online, you can be charged and go to fucking jail and meet everything. They can seize your computer, everything.
All right. And then she sent me a screenshot of myself saying misinformation spread by Shan and followers.
Listen, girly girl. You better stop your shit. You better stop spreading bullshit, calling other content creators, saying that they're lying, spreading misinformation and bullying and harassing people, thinking that you know everything about Jack and Lilly because you're best fucking friends with Cheryl, Malaya, and Cindy. So you better stop your fucking bullshit because you're being reported by a lot of people to the RCMP. I know your fucking name. Many of us know your real name. And we're going to contact your husband to take your children. And we're going to contact CPS to take your children. So enough is enough of your fucking bullshit and your lies. Because you know what? You being involved in the Jack and Lilly case, harassing and stalking Daniel, while your sister scissors wifey with Malaya and Cheryl and sharing Cheryl's husband, calling Cheryl's husband your husband too. You're fucking sick, you're twisted, and you're psychotic. Get some fucking help. Get off your fucking high horse and your ego and get a fucking check. Because your involvement in this case can lead to charges. Do you understand that? You can go down as an accessory to murder or missing persons case, etc. You can be involved in this case. What are you? You doing this for the money, honey? Grow the fuck up, get off your high horse, get off your fucking shit, because the RCMP are notified about you. You don't have it in with the RCMP. RCMP don't tell you nothing, so give it your head a shake. Okay? Darling, give your fucking head a shake. Nobody's going to tell you nothing. Quit with the sock accounts. You talk shit about everybody having sock accounts, but yet you're one to do it. You do it. You're sick, man. There's something psychologically, mentally wrong with your head. Like, you are fucking off your rocker nuts. You're psycho. Get some fucking help.
All right. Next one.
Oh, and to be honest, you, Malaya, Cheryl, Cindy, all know the truth of what happened to Jack and Lilly because you're all in cahoots. You all talk to each other. And I'm sure the RC and you talk to them and they tell you stuff. So we all know damn well that you fucking know and don't give us any of your bullshit. So we'll be letting the RCMP know that you know because you're in your best buddies with Malaya, Cheryl, Cindy.
She is right about something. The RCMP don't tell me shit. I never said they told me shit. They wouldn't tell me shit. It's an active investigation, and I'm a YouTuber. What I have said is if I get any relevant information, I pass it on. Doesn't make me a confidential informant. Doesn't mean that I communicate in a back and forth way with the RCMP. Next one. So these I hadn't responded at this point. So this is still her going on with zero response. She was Patriot Girl. She is now Mama P.
By the way, Teabag, how the fuck do you know that Malaya had nothing to do with her children's involved with her kids disappearing? How the hell would you know that? Do you actually have receipts or proof? Were you at the property the day it happened? No, you weren't. All you do is take Malaya, what she says, or what Cheryl says. Cheryl wasn't even involved in those kids' life for 2 fucking years. So give your head a shake. Malaya could certainly be involved with her kid's disappearance. You can't just pin everything on fucking other people. Or maybe you had something to do with the kid's disappearance, right, you little bitch? You better stop your fucking bullshit and you better stop your shit now. Miss Goody fucking Two Shoes thinks she knows everything, thinks she has it in with the RCMP, and the RCMP gonna tell her everything. Blah blah blah. Thinks she knows that Malaya's not involved. Well, you know what, darling? It could come out that Malaya is involved for all you fucking know. And then what are you gonna do? You're gonna look like the biggest fool on YouTube.
I then replied, "You sound angry."
Oh, I'm angry because you're a fucking retard. Like, grow up and grab a brain and grab some morals and grab some scruples.
Yeah, and she said, "Grow up, grab a brain, grab some morals, and stop the bullshit." And thank you. This was my response.
Just curious there. Are you still in Welland? Still like in the Royal Oak? Do you need like a wellness check or something? Is there a reason why what I'm doing bothers you so much? As for stalking Daniel, I think you ought to give your head a little shake. But I'll be sure to make a nice little short just to give everyone an idea of the harassment that I get in the backgrounds. If you want to bother the RCMP about me, then that's just a reflection on you, Penny Lane Freedom. Because if you want to distract away from the case over a YouTuber who's siding with a mother of 2 missing children, again, that's a reflection on you. If you want to side with the saboteurs, go ahead. That's on you. I suggest that you take a little break and a little step back yourself, because you're obviously getting yourself a little wound up.
Then she replies, "You're nuts. Get help. Everything you said, do online in videos is reported to the RCMP." In which I responded,
Yeah, no kidding, Penny Lane. They watch my videos because I send them to them. But you go ahead and waste your time because there's nothing that I'm doing that's illegal. I'm allowed to believe what I believe. It's not against the law, just like you believe what you believe. Should I report you to the RCMP for contacting me at 20 to 1 in the morning, for sending me messages, calling me a bitch? Should I do that?
and then she responded, "YouTubers don't like ya. Go bend over for your scissor sisters." And at this point, one of my regular viewers who happens to live in Welland said, "She sounds like a girl I know that works at the Sundowner. Ask her if she works at the Sundowner." So I did. I said, "You work at the Sundowner?" And here's where things get interesting.
Listen, little horse face biatch. No, I don't work at the Sundowner, but I think you do. I think you lick Malia's ass and suck Cheryl's pussy, too. You know what? You need a good shit kicking, man. A good fucking shit kicking, or be arrested and go to fucking jail. People on YouTube don't like you. Nobody likes you. They think you're fucking mental.
Followed by,
Just so happens people know where you live. And they know your first and last name. And we'll be contacting your ex to pick up your kids. And maybe we couldn't call facts on you too. Maybe we should call facts on you to have your kids taken away from you. You obviously care more about Malaya and Cheryl than spending time with your own fucking children.
and then she says, you work at the Sundowner. You're fucked. Nice video on me. And I said, part 2 is going to the RCMP. And she said, good. So is your shit and videos. You pretend to be Durwood. And I replied, I haven't threatened anyone. That is all unedited, full, nothing missing whatsoever. People were all concerned about 15 seconds that I didn't manage to get in the screen recording. So there you go. It's all there. So again, Penny Lane Freedom, aka Patriot Girl, Mama P, and she also went as August Breeze for a moment. So when you see her under the Monsters of Chaos and Monsters of Sabotage under Mama P or Summer Breeze or whatever she's going by now, make sure you say Horseface Bitch says hi or nay, preferably. So again, that was one of Charmaine's mods. She took her wrench away. But that was after she emailed me saying that I should be locked up and go to jail. So this is the kind of stuff. And then I had Jam to the Jam, Jamie Kelly. Oh, hey, criminal. Criminal crime on tea time. And then repeatedly called me. Over and over and over again. Call who on you? Fax? I don't know what fax is. I am not sure. I really don't. Yes, Jam to the Jam is another. So you see what I'm saying about there seems to be something in the water in that chat. You know? So when I get upset and get annoyed and give snide comments towards other creators, maybe now you can have some insight onto why I do that. Because this is the stuff that's allowed to percolate in their chat. Encouraged, not discouraged. Endorsed, even. Yes, so this is the kind of messages I get when I'm trying to find answers. I did used to speak to everyone, but I've been very selective over who I speak to now and where my loyalties lie. because sometimes loyalty is not reciprocated. So I'm going to email this to myself so I can show this screenshot that Charmaine showed on her live of a private conversation between Damien and Daleen, the lawyer. And then my members only live is going to be providing the receipts as to why I have an issue with Daleen and Chrissy and Larry Cameron, Darren, aka Durwood, Kent, and whoever else is still part of the monsters of whomever you want to relate to. Yeah, there's quite a bit of Darren audio that I didn't share, really for his own protection, because had I released it, there's a good chance he would have had some issues with the people he was talking about. Let's just put it that way. But seeing as him and Kent want to continue to call me a liar and everything else, and contribute to the monsters pages in their comment section, I guess he doesn't mind if it comes out. Or maybe he's forgotten what he said. Maybe Dayleen's forgotten all the things that she said. Maybe Brandon has forgotten all the things he said. Maybe a lot of people have forgotten the things they've said. And if you think there is confidentiality with some of these people, think again. One moment, please. Yeah, interesting. I just got an unexpected email. Right. So this was a private conversation that was had between a lawyer and Damien that clearly this person, the lawyer, sent to Charmaine, and Charmaine showed it on her live. This is one of many. And I have a lot of conversations. I mentioned part of it early on, like how I was told that Chrissy was a private investigator that worked for the Hells Angels. I was told a lot of things. I was told that Daleen trained at the police academy for 25 years. I was also told that she trained confidential informants. I don't know if all that's true, but I do know that it's very interesting. So, people out there, this doesn't apply to you, Malaya. It doesn't apply to you, Damien. It doesn't apply to you, Cheryl. It doesn't apply to you, Cindy, or a few other people. But if you are going to contact a YouTuber, someone who creates content online, expect it to be online. Nothing is private. So if you message me and you call me and you give me information that I deem relevant to pass on to the RCMP, I will do so. If you try to harass me or demean me in any way, I'm going to put it online for everyone to see. Expect that. Expect if you've told me anything that you probably shouldn't have, that there's a good chance I'm going to post it. Not for the clicks, not for views, not for like and share for Jack and Lily, but for my own personal reasons. Be wary of what you're watching. Be wary of the chats that you're in. I used to say it's for everyone to watch everything, but if you're in a chat and all you're seeing and hearing is anti-Malaya or anti-Daniel or pro-Jordan or everyone's guilty, if that's what you subject yourself to, it's like Pavlov's dog, you know? You're getting a little dopamine hit every time you participate in these online chat forums and are receiving a pat on the back for voicing an opinion that isn't quite toward. But I think that's enough shenanigans for one night. I wanted to go into some more stuff, but I haven't had dinner. I've been working all day. I drove for 3 hours this morning, and I'm tired. So I will be doing another live this week when I have a bit more time to prepare. So I have 8 hours of audio for one person, 3 from another, and a whole bunch of emails. And I didn't want to come back after so long and have it be so negative. But at the end of the day, I can't just sit by and let all of these people say these things about me and about my kids. So I just can't stand for it. And if there's one thing that's going to get me going, it's just even mentioning my children. I just will not stand for it. So I'll be back again with no mercy, with my receipts. And hopefully, with the new eyes on the case for Jack and Lily, there'll be some answers coming soon. If you know something, if you've seen something, report it to the Major Crime Unit. The number is along the bottom, I believe. And thank you to everyone that has been very supportive to me, because it has been difficult, I won't lie. And yeah, just thank you all for being a great chat. And know why I block and delete people. It's not because of censorship. It's because I just can't tolerate shit anymore. I'm too old. I'm too old. Thank you, Rena Gale. I appreciate that. Thank you, Misty. Thank you, Drunget, aka Damien. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks, Malaya, for popping in. Thank you, Artie Man, for your hard work as well. And special thank you to Bob, who I think is watching. And I hope I get to work with you again soon. And yeah, let's find some answers for Jack and Lily. Thank you, Cool J. Appreciate you as well. Cali OG, always love your receipts. I'm going to peace out, and I will love you and leave you. Adios.